Hello and welcome to SouthTech tutorials. Today I'm back with another video focusing on borders, find and replace. To border something means to give a boundary, and to find means to obtain or to discover. And finally to replace means to substitute. So we shall learn how to find some words in our text and replace them with the words of our interest. We shall also know how to give different types of borders to our text, even to our pages. Let's start by creating a folder on the desktop, and we shall name it as borders. Let us name it as borders, find, replace. It's really a long name. We shall go with that. So let us open our MS Word. Mine is already open. You can open yours, and then you will type this text. This is the text that we shall use for demonstration. This is where we are going to apply our borders. It is the same text that we shall also find some terms here and replace them with other words. So we shall first look at bordering, and that is under the borders tab. Click on borders. So we want to give a page border. We want to give a boundary to the whole page, and we do that by going to the last one, which is the borders and shading. You click on borders and shading, and then you click on page border. From there you click on box. We shall not click on none. We are not going to click on none. The reason is, if we click on none, that means we are not going to apply any effect of bordering. As you can see, none doesn't show any bordering style on the text. You see that. But if you click on box, this style is the one you see here. Single line is the one that is already bordering the whole page. So that is the reason as to why we click on box, not none. You can decide to go with this style, or you can scroll down and choose accordingly. So for me, I'll go with a double line, and I'm applying the double line to the whole document. So here the color, I'll just leave it automatic. I don't need to give any different color here, red or what. I'll just leave it with black, and that black one is one that is just automatic. Then the width, I'm okay with this width. I don't need to increase it. The art, I don't need the art style, because here you find some flowers and different stuff. You don't need to use that, but you can try for your own practice. Then you click on this. Now by default, when you're dealing with a page border, by default it selects the whole document. You can see when you click on this, you'll be presented with different sections. There is a whole document, then there is this section, then the first page. We only have one page, so we don't need to choose this or the last one. So we are applying it for the whole document because we want the whole page to be bordered. Then you can now click on OK. So you can now see this is the page border. We have applied a page border, which is under borders. For those ones who would love to use the art, I can show you. You can just click on that, come back to page border, since we are still dealing with page bordering because we want to border the whole page. Click on box, of which we are already there. For those ones who want to use art, I wouldn't love to use that first one. It is a little bit weird. You can decide and use stars, and we are applying it for the whole document, and then you click OK. You can still come up with the page border. That is with the art section. so it's still also fine. So now we have dealt with page border. We want to look at border. Let us apply a border on our first paragraph. Our first paragraph is here. You just select it and then you go back to borders. Under borders, we really have subsets of borders. We have bottom border, the top. As I hover on these border types, you can also be checking here. When I hover on the top, it will bring a line on top of our first paragraph. If I hover on bottom, it will take the border line to the last part of our paragraph. So that's if you want to apply a bottom border. By the time you click on it, that means you have already applied it. So here now we have applied a bottom border to our first paragraph. You can also apply a top border by selecting it, then you go back to borders, then you click on top border. You can also apply a right border, even the left. Let us just apply left border to the second paragraph, only the left. You can see that is the left border. For the third paragraph, we want to apply shading. We first select it and then you go back to borders, go to the last one, which is the borders and shading, and you click on shading. We want to shade our third paragraph with color blue. You just click on that arrow, sorry, where the color is this way. You just click on this and then you choose blue. This one is the style. I just want it to remain as clear. And then we are applying blue color to the third paragraph. So you can now see, guys, we have applied a shading of blue to the third paragraph. That is now the shading that I'm talking about. So let's try to also apply another type of border on the fourth paragraph by selecting it first. This is how it is very easy to select. You just click on the first of your paragraph. Make sure that the cursor is there at the first line, then you drag up to the end. There you have selected your text, and we go back to borders. We want to apply something different this time. Borders and shading. We want to apply borders. We are still under borders. Click on box and let us try different line, different style this time. Let us go with that. This to the paragraph. Click on OK. So you can now see we have applied that style to the fourth paragraph. So guys, we have covered different types of bordering: the top, the left, the right. So I haven't shown you one more type, which is called all borders, and it is not very different from the ones we have already applied. Let us apply all borders to the last paragraph. Click on it, and all borders is the same as going to borders and shading, and then you go to borders. It is the same as coming to borders and shading, and then you come to box and you choose the style. For example, maybe apply it to the whole paragraph. So all borders is almost the same as, actually it is the same as borders, as going to borders and shading, and then under borders and shading you choose box, and then you choose your style as I've already demonstrated. It is the same as going to borders and shading. Click on borders, click on box, and then you choose your style. Then you come and you click on OK. That's after selecting your paragraph. So there is no difference between all borders and then going to borders and shading to apply the effects. So we have exhausted, I've almost exhausted all borders, all the border types. Now let us look at find and replace. And here now we shall use a shortcut, a keyboard shortcut, to bring us a dialog box where we shall find some words and then we replace them with our own words of interest. So we want to, for that scenario, we want to replace this word called video to the word videos. Instead of video, we are going to replace it to be videos. So wherever there is video, we are going to replace it with the word videos. And how do we do that? Using a shortcut. We do that by clicking on Ctrl H on our keyboard. When you click on Ctrl H, you will be presented with this dialog box. Then now this is where we need to put the word that we are going to replace. You first put that word which is already in the text, and we have decided to go with, we are going to replace video. So you type your video. This is the word that is already existing. This is the word that is already existing. You can just type it in small letters. Here it is starting with capital. It doesn't matter, it will still find it. And we are replacing it with videos. You type here videos. And then we want to replace all. We are not only replacing one word, we are replacing all. You just click on replace all. So it has really replaced all of them now. All done. We made 4 replacements. You can now click on OK, and then you close the dialog box. Now you can see initially we had video, but now it's videos. The word now videos, not video. Wherever you are gonna find this, you will not find any word called video again. You'll just be finding videos. As you can see, videos. So we have applied find and replace, and it is really important because it will save your time in a scenario whereby you are replacing some words in your text. So guys, we have reached the final session of our video, and if it has been helpful, please give a like, subscribe if you are new, and click on the notifications bell for more updates. So before we close it, let us save our work by clicking on Ctrl S. Then you click on browse. Then let us go to the desktop, because that's where we created our folder. Click on the desktop and double click on borders, find, replace. That is the name of the folder. You can see it is reflected above. Let us give a file name as borders find. Replace, I'll just write replace, I'll just write REPL. Then click on save. So we have now saved our text, we have saved our file. we have now saved our file in our folder. So guys, we have reached to the end of our session, and I hope to see you in the next video.